we go again. Another Mac. This will be number 8 for me. I'm on a very different boat this year than last one that you saw. This year I'm on a Perry 58. It's a custom boat, really built and designed as a cruising boat, and the owners completely refit it. Completely refit it. So it's now rigged for racing. We have a full complement of sails, and it has not finished lower than 3rd in any race it's campaigned this year. So super excited. Now our ORC rating's a little funky, so we'll see how that goes, but she has an opportunity to do well. So we're in section 2. We'll get some good video. It's going to be a slower race, not a ton of wind, maybe a few storms come through, which I think by that time we'll be hoping for them to get a little bit of speed out of the boat. But hope you enjoy the ride. Let's get to it. Well, that's another Mac in the books, number 8 for me. It was a good race. It was very light. So after the storm at the start, we were in winds that were mostly under 10 knots, actually usually under like 6 knots. So the boat I was on was a custom Perry 58, about a 30,000 pound big heavy cruising boat. We sailed it well for the conditions we had, but all the boats in our section were light, flat bottom, go fast boats, boats that thrive in light conditions compared to us. So that's pretty tough, but we also made a decision to break away from the fleet at one point. That did not pay off, which, you know, rarely does. We also made a decision at that point to go all the way around Beaver Island. If you've ever looked at the Chicago Mac race course and you look at the history, very few people do that. We actually made up some time. The boat that was closest to us when we decided to make that move was 12 miles away. When we got to the finish, they were only 4 miles away. So it did pay off, but the breaking away was probably not the best decision. But the boat performed very, very well for the conditions we had. It was a fun race. I learned a lot about a handful of things. One of the things I learned is just a really good lesson on how to drive your apparent wind in the sail and the asymmetrical spinnaker, so that as you overrun your apparent wind, you can keep that thing full by bearing down. So I'll maybe do a video about that at some point, because it was a really, really good lesson, and I think a good way to keep boat speed moving in incredibly light air. At some point, as little as 3 knots of wind, we were still doing 3.8. So it was cool. So learned a lot. It was a good experience on the Mac. Got some rest, got relaxed up here on the island, which is always good. So I hope you enjoyed the sights and sounds. Catch you on the next one.